Welcome back to The Whole Home. I am Kezia and I'm sitting here surrounded by bags and bits and things because we're going to do a charity shop haul, and I'm going to show you everything I have bought from charity shops in the last about 6 weeks and talk a bit about why we do it, what my thought process is, some of the questions I get asked a lot about doing this, and look at everything we got. If you're new here, welcome. My goal on the internet is to make lower footprint living feel a bit less complicated and a bit more budget friendly. And we do it in the context of real family life, which right now we're coming up on 2 of our children's birthdays. And it's also a change in seasons. It's getting cold. And so that means there's just a need to bring a little bit more into our home. We're always trying to do that as mindfully as possible. And that looks like charity shops to us as much as possible. So there is more charity shopping happening right now than any other time of the year, and I thought I would use that to show you what we have been picking up. We shop secondhand for pretty much anything we need to bring into our home, from electronics to kids' toys, to clothes, to gifts, to kitchen items, even food. We do a lot of waste food pickups. Charity shops are my #1 place to go if we're going to bring something in, but actually my last place to take things to donate, because not everything we donate to charity shops gets sold. Some of it goes on to be discarded or recycled, or can end up being sold on, shipped to other countries, ending up in landfill. But for that reason, it is my #1 place to shop, because it feels like the pieces that are least likely to be picked up by other people, and therefore my #1 place to choose to use what is already in circulation. We do this both for budget, but also and primarily because the footprint of buying new items is so high, and shopping what's already in circulation in some form is a huge way that we can take ourselves out of the constant cycle of buying new and causing new things to be made, with the footprint that brings, both environmental and also in some cases the kind of human footprint in terms of ethics and supply chain and manufacturing. So charity shops are our #1 way to shop. At the end of this year, it will be 2 years since our family quit buying new clothes altogether. And we've been on probably a 10-year journey of looking at the impact of the clothing industry, and that led us first to buy more ethical clothes where we could see the supply chain and where the clothes were made and where they were made of more sustainable materials. And then it led us to go, okay, wait, there are so many clothes in circulation. So we decided to just take ourselves out of that cycle of constantly buying new and make a commitment to only buy used clothes. Because sometimes setting a challenge and making a commitment is a way to kind of push ourselves in this journey of making more conscious choices. We said we would do it for a year. We are 23 months in, and we have not gone back because there is so much already in circulation. And I love what it has done for our family to shop used. We've saved a ton of money. We haven't really noticed are 2 of the big things. There is so much already in circulation that you don't really feel like you're missing out. But also, it has really made us find our own style. And I love this, especially probably for myself. I'm not being told each season what I should want, because I'm not shopping high street stores and brands that are coming out with new clothes every so often. And now we have micro seasons, so they'll bring out new clothes all the time and they're constantly telling us what we should like. But in kind of bowing out of that whole thing, I now am shopping clothes because I'm shopping Vinted and primarily charity shops where there's clothes from the last 30 years. I have to find my own style. And initially that was kind of intimidating, but I've grown in the confidence to go, no, I'm going to shop what I want. And the confidence that has actually given me in buying the clothes I love, dressing in the clothes I love, putting outfits together the way I love and not the way I'm being told to, is such a massive extra win of this challenge that we took our family on. Okay, but it is not just clothes. This is a whole range of things, from housewares to gifts to clothing. Let's dive into it. Going into a cold season, I needed some new clothes, and I just really needed a few new things for the winter. So I bought myself a little winter capsule. I like having few clothes, rotating them a lot, wearing them a lot. I found all of these pieces in one shop in one shopping trip, which is really rare. And I think the idea of a haul is really unrealistic when it comes to charity shopping. You have to kind of drip feed, go little and often. And I will try and work it in with other trips I'm taking, or just stop by on the way somewhere and have a quick look in. And I really know what I'm looking for, so it doesn't take long. And then I'll kind of get one bit here and one bit there. But if we go in with the mentality of like, I need all these different things and gifts and clothes and housewares in one trip, we're going to be disappointed and it's not going to happen. So it's like little trips here and there, but I did manage to get all of these things in one trip for myself, which was unbelievable. I went in looking for wool or cotton or natural material jumpers because they're going to shed less microfibers. Fewer microfibers, they're more easy to repair, they tend to last longer, and I got 3 jumpers that I love, sweaters for the Americans. So actually, firstly, the one that I am wearing, so this is a cashmere jumper. They were all less than £10. This is a cashmere jumper, which is just really thin, really classic. I loved it. And then I found this yellow one. Sometimes charity shops will even have a return policy. So I actually brought all of these home, tried them on, and then to decide whether I wanted to keep them or not. So just, again, I really liked the cut, the fit. This is Zara, ultra fast fashion, but was still 100% wool. So one of the first things I do when I'm looking in a charity shop is I will go to the tag and I will see what it is made of, because that's going to show me what it's going to do in terms of polluting water when I'm washing it. And it's also going to show me how repairable it's going to be, how durable, and how long it's going to last for the most part. So I could see here, this one, we've got 97% cashmere, 3% wool. So that was a yes. And then I also found a blue one as well. This is a Uniglow one. And again, went straight to the tag. And could see we've got 100% wool. This one was a little bobbly, but when it's wool, that is easily going to come off and then take a long time to come back again, I find. So I will just take all of that off with, I've got a little brush pad that will take all of that off. And then I really like this slightly, I don't know what you call the neck, but comes slightly up. It was a really nice fit and length, so I got those. So I got myself 3 new jumpers, and really that is all I need for the winter in terms of jumpers. I've got a couple of basic pieces as well to go with these, a couple of cardigans previously from charity shops, and this was exactly what I needed. Then the extra that I found was this vest, which was £6. And I saw it on the rack and just went, this makes me really happy. I love this. And again, not going, I think this is really in style. You know, it's less of a classic piece. But I just really liked it. And so I picked it up and went, okay, this is gonna make me feel like I've put together more of an outfit. It's not just a simple sweater, jumper and jeans. It's like got some more style to the outfit. So there it is. I love it. It makes me so, so, so happy. I don't know what it's made of. I think it's handmade. I absolutely love it. So that was a little extra that I grabbed for myself. And I try not to grab too many extras. I don't want to just go, ooh, it's charity shopping, I'll get everything regardless of what I need. We're still trying to shop what we need, which is the budget piece, and just being mindful of creating a calm home and not having more than we can handle. But those are the pieces that I got for myself initially that I needed and I love. Okay, next here we have, my husband was saying he was looking for short zip sweaters for work, and I could not find any. I kept popping in and I couldn't find any, and I couldn't find any, and I couldn't find any. And this is the thing where it's like, I'll take a 1-minute trip in. I'll look in, I'll go to the men's section, I'll look at what's there, I'll go on. I will say he is not a big fan of going into charity shops. He will do it he'll do it here and there. Some of the pieces here are ones that he found for the kids. He loves Oxfam online, and I will link that below, and it is so good. He's bought entire suits, shirts, jumpers, belts, so many different things. He finds that a really easy charity shop but online resource. But I did in the end, after a few weeks of looking, and so it takes patience, I found him these 2 that fit him so well. They were actually much nicer than I expected. So this was a Hugo Boss, and again, going straight to the label. What is it made of? I think it's probably going to be, oh, actually this one was cut off, so I guess I bought this without knowing. But we've got a Hugo Boss one there. I think these were both about £8. And then this was a Osprey. I think this is 100% cotton. It feels just kind of like heavy cotton knit. Yeah, 100% cotton. And that was the other one. They fit him so nicely. He looks great in them. I love them. He loves them. There we go. I will say, when I'm shopping secondhand sites like Vinted for clothing, I only still really shop ethical brands because the clothing resale market has got so big, which in a way is good, but in a way, sometimes when we're shopping other people's fast fashion and ultra fast fashion items, we're just fueling the buying of more of it. So on apps like Vinted, primarily, I am looking for ethical and sustainable items, but just still secondhand. But in a charity shop, I know someone's not going to go buy something else because I bought that item. So I will buy anything. We're really avoiding it going to landfill or being shipped off somewhere else. So I will buy anything. I will show you the one thing in here that I did get from Vinted, which is not an ethical brand, and I will explain why. Okay, let's move on. Okay, some kid gifts. We absolutely gift secondhand to our family, to each other, to our kids, to each other, and to our wider family and friends from charity shops. This gets so many questions. Firstly, buying secondhand doesn't have to mean it's cheap. And that's another reason to go somewhere like Oxfam online. You can find designer pieces, but secondhand, already in circulation, unwanted, and buy them up. It can be an expensive thing to do. It doesn't have to mean cheap, but also so much thought can go into it. And I love that. And I think we have to rewrite this idea. My kids love secondhand stuff. They don't know. They celebrate what we celebrate. So on the kid front, it's amazing. My kids are 6 and 8, my older kids, they have already learned their money goes a lot further when they buy secondhand. So they love it. They are never going to want to buy a new item because they know for £10 they can hop on Vinted and get a really good quality item that is exactly what they want rather than shopping it new and spending 10 times that. So they have clocked on to the benefits of this, and they're also invested in the sustainability aspect. And when it comes to gifts, they really do celebrate what we celebrate. We celebrate used, we gift each other used, we celebrate being given used. And so they absolutely love that too. So they will celebrate what we celebrate. And for people further out in our circle, we shamelessly give used, but it's really nice items. So we're searching out the things that look really quality, are completely unused, and then we're explaining why we've done it. And I'll put some wording below. You can write a little gift tag and explain why you've done it. One way, if you want to go all secondhand, is to explain as more of a blanket thing. This holiday season or this year, we've decided to give entirely from things that are already in circulation. And then people know it's about you, the giver. You've chosen to put a value across all of your gifting rather than they just got me something secondhand. And you actually get to explain in a more broad way why you've chosen it. But I will pop some language below that you can steal if you want it. Okay, some gifts. I found this 3D Harry Potter jigsaw, which I think will actually be a party gift. We have a couple of kids' parties coming up. And when I find things like this, I will often stash them away so they can be used for gifting to friends, kids' parties. But I think this is going to be a prize at my son's birthday party. I know he will love it. That was $3.50. All complete. Then I got, okay, this one, I don't know who I will give this to. And I do pick up little things where when I see something wonderful, I will pick it up and just keep it in a little present stash so that I can shop my own present stash of things when I know someone I love will love this. So I found this candle and it said soy wax and essential oil candle. So I'm quite careful with fragrances. So I quickly pulled out my phone, looked up the brand and saw what they put in their candles, how sustainable they were, how safe they were in terms of fragrances, and felt great about it. It was purely fragrance with essential oils and a soy wax candle in glass. And I thought, oh, it is completely new. It is untouched. Smells gorgeous. This will make a really, really nice gift for somebody. And so that was $3.50, which is maybe feels high for a small candle, but not for what it is. That would probably cost 10 or 12 pounds if you bought it new. So in a nice box, all really good quality. That will make such a great gift for somebody. And I love stashing these little things away. And sometimes I will find a gift for somebody way ahead of their birthday. I found some beautiful glass candle holders that I adored and wanted to keep, which is a sign it's a good gift. And I put them away for my sister-in-law way before her birthday or Christmas or anything like that, because they made me think of her. And then I can pull them out and go, I thought of you months ago when I found these, you know, and then it's a really thoughtful gift that's not like grab something at the last minute. Secondhand has this kind of stigma that it is second best, but actually if we care about sustainability and people in production, it is not second best. And it actually can be really, really meaningful. Okay. If I ever find one of these in a charity shop, I will buy it. This was $2.50, I think, really cheap. These are the best puzzles. My kids, they're the only puzzles I will have in my house. My kids adore them. Oh, it's sealed up. It says 5+. My 3-year-old loves them. That is going to be a Christmas present for her. Anyway, yeah, 2 pounds. They are wonderful. They are thick. The pieces are really easy to work with. This is a 54 piece. I was so happy to found that. Highly recommend. You can also search them on Vinted. We've got lots of those puzzles from Vinted. Okay, last thing in here. Okay, there's kind of a random one. My son had asked for something to build and also for a bedside light. And this is a build your own bedside lamp it's got 3 skyscrapers of the world. And I was like, oh, I think he would love this. I sat there in the shop and counted the pieces with the cashier. We went through them together to make sure it was all complete. And then I think it was £3 he's going to get to build his own bedside lamp. I'm excited for him. That will be part of his birthday gift coming up. Okay. Okay, the one piece my husband found. So he actually found this, I think, on the side of the road, like someone just selling some stuff from their house. This is going to be so loved. And we are so happy acquiring things in any way and then gifting them as gifts. And I think we've got to get back to this, that things can be meaningful if they're not new and wrapped. We can think of people, go out of our way, find things, save things, think of what would be good for who and use what's already in circulation and have it be so meaningful. He's going to love it. Okay, let's move to something completely different. My one Vinted item. I talked about this on social media. My daughter does a lot of ballet competitions and performances and things like this. And at one of the rehearsals, the teacher came over to us and said, this is the dress I'm thinking for the kids. And underneath it said Temu, and it was like £6 from Temu or something ridiculous. Temu, ultra fast fashion. I will link a video below about what France is bringing in with ultra fast fashion. Very interesting. But I went, no, we're not doing that. And I always want to be respectful and honor the teachers who are doing an amazing job and trying to keep costs down and look after our kids and put on these amazing things. But I can't have my kids do, a privileged, exciting, fun, extra, unnecessary activity at the expense of someone else's fair labor, fair pay, and the environment. So I said, if I look for alternatives, are we attached to this particular design, or what are the key pieces? Could I go do some research? She said I could, and so I found 4 matching in different places, different sellers, sailor dresses. They came out to $7.50 each when we averaged it out. So that is my one Vinted piece. I was very happy that we're not ultra fast fashioning our way through ballet competitions. So that's that one. Okay, then I bought a big crockery set, plates and bowls and things. We are in the very slow process of doing up a little tiny Airbnb studio. We had one in when we lived in California, and we're doing it again here. And we're trying to entirely furnish it with secondhand pieces, because this is a life value across everything from gifting to furnishing to all of the things. And I did a lot of looking, and I couldn't find anything that really made me think, I love that, or that had enough pieces for what we needed. And then I saw this one and was like, it's probably not exactly the style we're going for. We're going for a little bit more modern. And this is it's simple white, but it's got these kind of floral plant designs on it, all still quite neutral. And I was like, is it what I want? I took a picture, sent it to my husband, thought about it. And he was like, I like that. And so we then went back and thought about, okay, when we look at the design that we are creating for this studio Airbnb space, could this fit within the design, or could we morph our design and still love this? And I think this was one of the key things when we moved to buying secondhand, is that if we fully put an aesthetic in our head before we shop, then to meet that aesthetic, sometimes we have to go fast fashion or made of plastic or costing the environment, because the aesthetic is the most important thing. We have to kind of go back to what is already in circulation. What can I do with what I have? What can I create with what's available to me, and kind of work our aesthetic along with what's already there. And so we went back and went, actually, these could really fit in. If we pull a couple of more, country vibe pieces with the rest of the modern things that we have, I think it will actually fit really well and be a good style for what we're going for. So we grabbed this, I think it was 10 quid for all the plates, bowls, cups, saucers. So that is that. I'm now really excited about it. Okay, a few more things. Okay, I found this. This is another one where I didn't know who it was going to go to, but it's a little black heart on a sterling silver chain. It said sterling silver, and I went on, and it has all the correct stamps. It really is sterling silver. And I just thought this is going to make a perfect gift for someone. It was $5.99. But I thought my daughter, if I need an extra Christmas or birthday gift, she would adore this. It would also be a great, party gift. My kids' friends are now turning 7, 9, and I thought this could be a really nice gift for someone in a great price range for a party. So I grabbed that, and don't know what we'll do with that, but it's one for the stash. Okay, more clothes. So my son had on his Christmas and birthday list new clothes, and didn't specifically need a coat, but this is a really thin coat that could be worn more as a jumper. I loved it. It was in really good condition. I can't remember what the brand is. Oh, it's M&S, $4.50. He's gonna love that. That was that one. Then sometimes one of our charity shops has a bin that's like 3 pieces for £1, and I found one of those with some of the best pieces. We, by the way, only have 3 charity shops really close to us, and this is all just from these 3 charity shops, and they are not in stylish areas where people are putting in great things, but it's just the kind of constant going and seeing, like 1 minute on the way to get food, run in, see what there is. Those kind of constant trips really do us so well. If you live somewhere like London or in a big city, you'll have access to so much more charity shop stuff and so many great ones. Anyway, so in this bin of 3 pieces for £1, I got this little dress, which will probably be a stocking stuffer for my 3-year-old. A pair of trousers for my 6-year-old. These were a mini Bowden, so they'll also have great resale value when she's done with them. They're made really well. We got those. Those will be a Christmas gift. At this point of the year, everything is a Christmas gift. Everything gets saved. They don't get anything right away. Everything is a stocking stuffer or a Christmas gift. Then I got 2 pairs of joggers. These are my son's favorite things to wear. Again, these are all 3 for £1. And then a kind of another looser pair. Just a really simple, he actually has this exact one from the same brand in a different color and wears it a ton. So just really nice staples. And all of these things will be stocking stuffers or Christmas presents. Again, everything that they need. A lot of the stuff we gift is just things that are already needed, but it's fun when it's gifted. So that's a big part of our gifting Christmas philosophy. Okay, we're getting down to the end. Okay, a couple more things. I was really hoping I would find this because we have a kid version and I knew that they would love the real version. So I found this, which will be a Christmas gift, $4.99. I think it's actually unopened. Excited to gift that to the kids. And then we keep stockings really simple, but I found these. We go through a ridiculous number of pencils and pens and coloring things. So if ever I see those, I will just split these up and everyone will get a few in their stocking. And then a hat for my littlest one. She's been really wanting a hat. I'm picking them up every time we go in a charity shop. So I grabbed one for $1.99. It says 9 to 12 years, but I just quickly popped it on her little 3-year-old head and it fit great. So there we go. Another stocking stuffer. Okay, 3 more things. 3 more things, including my favorite thing I found at a charity shop all year. Sometimes I find myself buying things I don't like the look of, but I know will make my kids really happy. This is one of them. I do not like these. But slippers are really useful when the house is cooler, keeping little feet warm. These are not made of any kind of natural material, but they are going to bring a ridiculous amount of joy. So they will be a Christmas gift. And then I'm not sure yet whether this will be a gift for someone. I have someone in mind, or whether it will go to my son for a birthday, Christmas, but it is the most beautiful book for any kid that loves to dive in to learning about the world. Ancient Wonders of the World. It is in perfect condition, so would be perfect for gifting. We've got, the Neuschwanstein Castle. If you want to see our trip there, I will link that one below. We took an amazing trip there and absolutely loved it. Anyway, different wonders of the world in a book that is in perfect condition, which is really what I'm looking for when we're gifting. Chichen Anyway, I know he will love to dive into that, or if there's someone a similar age. $5.99. That felt quite a lot for a charity shop book, but it is so beautiful. The retail for this is £20 and it is perfect. So I fell in love with that. It came home with me. Okay, down to the last thing. I've shown this on social media a lot, but I found this on the Oxfam sale rack. And we should also say, one of the things that's easy to forget about when we charity shop is that this money that we're spending is going to charities doing incredible things. And I love that. We're not just taking things that are already in circulation for the sustainability aspect of that, but we are using our money to fund amazing projects that these charities are doing. We can often forget that part, but it's an incredible thing to be doing. If you feel too like the budget is tight and it's hard to give to charity, this is a way that we can give to charity whilst also getting the things we need, which is incredible. So I saw this coat on the sale rack and it just spoke to me. And I think that's wording that I try and work out of my life, as in things can speak to me and look great on the rack and stay on the rack because I don't need them and my budget doesn't need them and the environment doesn't need me to buy them and I don't know how they were made. But when I'm in a charity shop, I will let that go a little bit more. And I did need more warm things for the winter. So again, straight to the label, 100% wool. And it's this short polka dot jacket. And it just made me really happy. And it was one of those things when I was talking about style, like, I don't know whether this is in. I don't really know what is in this season. In is an idea that is other people's opinion and other people's opinion that's often very, very detrimental to the planet. So we're moving away from that. What expresses my style? And this just felt like it really expressed my style. So I tried it on, it fit me. It was $3.99 on the sale rack. And when something is on the sale rack of a charity shop, we know the next stop is not it going into someone else's home, most likely. It is like landfill or being, you know. I tried it on, it fit perfectly. It is warm, it is soft. I loved it. I'm gonna stand up and show you. I have worn this piece so much. I've only owned it for a few weeks and I have worn it a ton. It is the perfect short winter coat. It's really warm and it was probably last worn by somebody in this little village who was 75 or 80, but that doesn't matter to me. I'm not looking for what is hot and in. I'm looking for what makes me happy and feels like my expression of style. This 100% felt like that. And you know, when that's how we find clothes, we wear them differently. And I think we then wear them with confidence. And that confidence is its own style, you know? So that is what we got. It's a lot more than I would do in another season of the year. And I don't want to glorify the whole culture of just buying a bunch of stuff. But if we're bringing things into our home already, this is the best way to do it. If you want to watch another charity shop haul with more on our journey of giving up buying new clothes, you can see that here. And if you want to dive into a bit on how we approach Christmas and the holidays to be more sustainable and more budget friendly, that video is here and you can hit subscribe and I will see you in another video sometime soon.